Hello some pilots and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. This one is just a quick update on the video I did previously on the MCDU for the Flybywire A32nx. So a very warm welcome to you. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining us. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back. It's good to have you back. As always, if you find value in these videos, smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. If you haven't seen my tutorial on the MCDU for the A32nx, be sure to check that out. I'll link it above for you. After you have watched that video, then come back to this one so you can see the changes that have since been made to the setup. I've been getting many questions from the community regarding what they see in my tutorial compared to what they see in their sim, so this video will hopefully clear up some of the confusion. As the add-on gets updated, things change around a bit, and so what the MCDU may have looked like when I did that first tutorial has changed around slightly. So let's have a look at what it looks like now. First thing I want to show you is the way you connect your SimBrief account to the A32nx. That is now done via the FlyPad. So you no longer have a @AOC menu. There's no longer options to put in your SimBrief user account. You do that on the FlyPad. So if you go over to the FlyPad, settings, @AOC, here at the bottom you can see SimBrief username pilot's ID. You can put in your SimBrief username or your pilot's ID, and that will connect the MCDU to your SimBrief user account. From there, there's not too much changes. So I do have a SimBrief flight plan loaded up from Seattle to San Francisco. So we start with init data request. There's our call sign, United 2499 from Seattle to San Francisco. Fuel on board is 9.5. That is currently incorrect. So what we'll do is we go back to AOC menu. We go to weight and balance. We go refuel. And you can see this is our block fuel here. So refuel there, and it should be 6779, and you can confirm that. There we go, 6760. That's close enough. That'll be our block fuel. Then the next major change from what you saw in the previous one is the payload for the weight and balance. So yeah, you see you got page 1 of 2. If we use the arrow to go over to page 2 of 2, yeah, you can see this looks very different compared to the original tutorial. It now shows you your passengers in each row, as well as your payload and your cargo. So you first go to operational flight plan request, hit send, it'll bring it up from SimBrief, and there you have 161 passengers, 16.7 ton payload, 0 fuel weight of 63.0, and a 0 fuel weight CG of 23.2. Then you can select boarding start. And when you do that, you can see the boarding is now started, the passengers are now being loaded into the aircraft. Return to go back, and then you start as normal with the original tutorial using the acronym diffstrip. So data, we don't use init A, we can start over there, so we go init request. Now guys, I'm using the automatic SimBrief integration. If you want to fill in everything manually from your SimBrief flight plan, you can do that. I just think it's much easier to just do it this way. So from Seattle, San Francisco, our alternate flight number, cost index, cruise level, and then flight plan. Here's our flight plan. Our departure today is going to be runway 16 right, so 16 right, and it's going to be the Harab 6 departure via E-Rave. And we're going to insert that into the flight plan. Scroll down, clear your discontinuity. That's all good there. We're still waiting for the IRS to align, another 3 minutes, so we can't see the flight plan yet on the navigation display. So let's continue with the setup. So flight plan, secondary flight plan is still not implemented yet. RadNav I'll skip for now, just for this tutorial. Init B, next page. Our block fuel, as we said, is going to be 6.8 tons. There we go, we got 6,760 kilograms. We'll round that up to 6,800 kilograms. So it's 6.8 tons is our block fuel. And that's what we're going to enter there. Our 0 fuel weight, double select there. Now the passengers are still loading, so that's incorrect. As we said, the 0 fuel weight is going to be 63 tons. So if we keep clicking on it, you can see it keeps rising. So we've actually got to wait a couple of seconds until they're finished loading all the passengers and all the baggage. Okay, there we go. So everything's loaded up. We have our 0 fuel weight of 63 tons. Takeoff weight of 69.6 tons. We're almost at max takeoff weight. From there we can head over to the performance page. and we can select our transition altitude. We're in America, so that's always 18,000 feet. Flaps 1 takeoff, our V1 136, V rotate 137, and V2 141. And that's it, we are ready for the departure. I'm going to wait for my IRS to finish the line, and then I'm going to start up the engine, and I'm going to head on over to San Francisco. So that's all for this quick video, guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update of what it looks like now compared to what it did when I first did the MCDU tutorial. The experimental version of the A32nx is now gone. We only have the development version and the stable version. It's got Flybywire's custom flight plan manager in it. It also has no weather radar and no TCAS. It's currently in op at the moment. They're still working on that, and then once that's done, that'll be implemented as well. But for now, I want to give this a test because I haven't done a full flight yet since Sim Update 7. I've been having a few crash to desktops, so hopefully I can get my sim sorted out, and I'll be back with a full flight very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.